Get right into the package for today by looking at some of the trending story nationally and locally. On the national level, NLC, federal government, TUC, or the organized labor versus federal government minimum wage dispute is in a deadlock. But what is most concerning is the fact that state governors are saying they can't afford to pay 60,000 naira. The NLC is pushing for 250,000 naira minimum wage, and the federal government is proposing something far less than that. But like I said before, the most concerning part of this debate and controversy on the minimum wage issue has to do with the position of the 36 states governors who are saying anything above what they're paying right now is something they can't afford. I'm sure even states like Kaduna State, that is embroiled in corruption allegation, fraud allegation, money laundering allegation, particularly with the former governor, will also say this. That brings to mind some of the challenges that we have as it relates to the plight of workers. When state governors say they can't do this, they can't do that, but when the governor leaves office, you find a whole rot in the system. That's quite concerning and disturbing. That's the top story we're following. Let's hope that the federal government and members of the organized labor can come to a compromise as soon as possible and put this issue behind so we can move forward as a country. Quite interesting. Okay, let's move on. The Labour Party governorship candidate in Edo State, Olumide Osagbovo Akpata, is concerned about the frequent destruction of his billboards across the state. In an interview recently, he said that he alleged, as a matter of fact, that that people are hell-bent on removing his board at strategic positions in the state, and he just can't understand why. Let's take a listen. We'll be back with you.
I was even told that he had the temerity to suggest that the board on Akenzua is a route that the governor takes regularly. So we must take my board down because the governor takes that route regularly. It is ridiculous. This is the kind of stunt that this government pulls all the time. We are going into a contest. The playing field.
Of course, Labour Party governorship candidate there, Olumide Akpata, who is concerned over the destruction of his billboards in the state. And of course, in a statement by the Commissioner for Communication and Orientation, Chris Nehai, reacting to that statement, he described the allegation as false and urged Akpata to liaise with the owners of the billboards and the regulatory authorities to know if there were unsettled bills, all right? Because he literally accused the state government of being responsible for the destruction of his billboards. But there's a twist to this, because there's a video trending online, which we're going to bring to you right now and right away, where the Deputy Director General on Media of the PDP Campaign Council was actually caught on camera speaking to the issues about some of the things that they're going to do and all of that. Let's take a listen, and then we'll be back to bring you the reaction as well.
Here you can go now. So make some people go. As they go, they create vacancy. The ones who will feel beg, make it stay. We go beg them. The ones who will not feel beg, make them go. If we meet them for corner, we go beat them. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in past. I saw a banner. I'm asking them, say, that banner where the Oluwapata banner for Ring Road. I tell you there. Can you put a banner like that in Alausa, in Lagos, Ikeja? You can't put banner of another party. For what you do?
Okay, you heard it loud and clear. I don't know if this was AI generated, but let's take a listen to the reaction of Olu Martins on that video that has been trending. We'll be back with you in a moment.
Concern the billboards where we say opposition they march for streets. And you see, you know what the question they call misquote. People don't take a discussion from where it go favor them. That matter so now misquote them, misquote. Now matter bring matter to say, listen, man, we know say all the billboard with the Oredo and some other local government, nobody don't get approval for it. So I got the ask to say, how come I would just see billboard, even we then give us letter as party to say, look, no billboard is legal. So how come everywhere? So I just they see, billboard of this. If I not go give us the chance, why not give another person the chance? I say if not Lagos, for instance, MCO I think say that in the handle billboard for Lagos, whether not politics or not, because that space must be regulated. No, just knock billboard, put for everywhere. You say that space. If you want mount billboard, you must get the approval of the local government. And local government, I get letter from my cousin. They never give anybody, approval. And I would just talk, say, you know what? Now the matter is that because if not legal, nobody will allow you.
Okay, you heard from Olu Martins there, who's the Deputy Director General of the PDP Campaign Council on Media, saying what he said in the earlier video was actually taken out of context. The challenge with videos that you see online is that people just want to take what they want to take and they leave the remaining parts. And that leaves the audience with a big challenge of piecing the information together to make sense. Well, you can form your opinion about what we played you. And let's go to our last story for this segment of the show. It came from Ambrose Ali University, AAU Ekpoma, where it was alleged that the government, Edo State government, shut the gates against students and workers in that school for whatever reason. That was the allegation. Just take a look at this video, and then we'll be having the media consultant and public relations officer of the university join us in a short while to give us his perspective on this issue. But take a listen.
This is the scene presently at AAU. Today is 6th of June 2024. School have been locked. I think students actually locked the school. I don't know why. The information reaching us is that the COFA will be closed against paying school fees anymore. That means students will be disqualified from being students. I don't know exactly the situation, but it's unfortunate that the state government are not being responsive to what the workers actually need.
Okay, that's the story that's also been trending in the last few days, and some politicians have taken advantage of this to say, oh, the governor asked that the gates be shut. But let's now have Otumba Mike Aladenika, former NUJ chairman, Edo State Council, now the media consultant, media officer, and public relations officer of Ambrose Ali University, AAU Ekpoma, joining us. Otumba, good morning. Many thanks for joining us on Politics Today. And then, of course, another will be joining us online to look at some of these issues in the build up to Edo State governorship election 2024, particularly with the issue of media propaganda and misinformation and disinformation. And then the very, very controversial issue of destruction of billboards.